Whenever someone famous weighs in on the merits of agriculture, I usually shrug it off. And as I will explain to you in this video, most of the time, such comments are inaccurate or misleading, which is understandable. When it comes to occupations, farming is an extremely unique activity, and it's easy for someone who isn't engaged in agriculture to not comprehend how it works. So today, we will talk about 8 celebrities who live on farms and what they know about farming. Make sure you stick with me to the end of the video. Without any further delay, let's get into it. Celebrities and agriculture. We've always known that there has been a great divide between celebrities and reality for most Americans, but I didn't imagine the disconnect would stretch into the realm of agriculture as deep as it has. Conversations on food are all the rage now, whether it's the new hipster restaurant opening up for some nice Instagram shots, the new diet trend, or worse, the new fear-mongering campaign. We've seen that celebrities tend to keep the conversation going, but rarely in support of modern agricultural practices. Farmers comprise less than 2% of the US population, so it's no surprise that so many people have some degree of disconnect or ignorance to the process that produces their food. And that's why, in some cases, some of these people really shouldn't weigh in when it comes to critiquing agriculture. Educate yourself first, and then offer your 2 cents. Still, ignorance doesn't stop some celebrities from using their influential platforms to attack agriculture and blame farmers for global warming, unhealthy diets, and destroying the planet. One recent example has been making the rounds on social media, and I became aware of it from other farmers across the country who are up in arms, and rightfully so. Political pundit Ann Coulter recently tweeted comments on a video of a farm worker skillfully tossing bushel baskets of tomatoes onto a wagon. With mechanized precision, the worker tossed one basket after another into the air as each one fell to the ground, while the tomatoes made a perfect landing into the wagon. It was pretty neat to watch, but Coulter had a different take. If farmers ran the world, we'd still be sweeping instead of vacuuming, and washing our clothes in rivers instead of washing machines. Why should Americans be forced to subsidize this one industry's refusal to move into the 1900s, she wrote. Now, when I read an insulting, hurtful comment like that, my first reaction is to respond in kind. But that's not always the best thing to do. I know who Ann Coulter is, and I get that being controversial and somewhat insightful is her shtick. She has strong opinions, some of which I agree with, and she seems to research her positions well. However, that doesn't preclude Coulter from being misled or simply wrong at times, and this is one of those occasions. While Coulter's assumption that farmers are slow to evolve and that farmers are stuck in the 1900s is just plain asinine, it speaks to a larger issue, a disconnect with agriculture. When Coulter equates a video of someone tossing tomatoes into a wagon to agriculture being stuck in the past, it perfectly defines the disconnect that exists. To be fair, however, Coulter isn't the only famous person to make outlandish comments about farmers. Celebrities have ramped up their war on agriculture in recent years, taking on the dairy industry, livestock, GMOs, meat, pesticides, cultivation, and even tractors that burn diesel fuel. Often, their comments reflect the disdain they have for those who grow their food. Mike Bloomberg, the billionaire and 2020 Democratic presidential candidate, once said that he could teach anyone to be a farmer. It's a process. You dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, add water, and up comes the corn, he said. Coulter and Bloomberg aren't the only ones who have made idiotic statements about agriculture, but their elitist mindset towards farmers and their disdain is evident of the ignorance that exists, and it can be very damaging. The ignorance towards agriculture is the reason why children are forbidden from drinking whole milk in schools. It is the basis behind inaccurate conclusions, like eggs and red meat are bad for us and cattle are causing climate change. Worst of all, the pompous attitude of so-called intellectual elites like Coulter is why farmers live with labels such as hick and hillbilly. Whether she was embellishing or not, when Coulter said that we'd still be washing our clothes in rivers if farmers ran the world, it fuels the stereotype. Despite the naivety of her remarks, I actually feel sorry for Coulter. She obviously has no idea of the amount of hard work, innovation, and intelligence it takes to produce the food on her plate. That is assuming Coulter has moved into the 1900s and eaten her food from a plate. Her recent comment about agriculture really makes me wonder. Next up, let's talk about 8 celebrities who live on farms. Many celebrities would rather live in the bush than in the spotlight of fame. These celebrities exchange the glamour of luxurious mansions to be closer to nature and not bother with the chores of rural life. Interestingly, some of them even discovered vocations for farming and taking care of animals. From Oprah Winfrey to Zayn Malik, let's highlight the surprising 8 celebrities who have a second career as a farmer on their own private farms or ranches. The first celebrity here on our list is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah owns at least 7 properties, including a 23-acre horse farm estate in Montecito, which she bought at auction for almost worth €23 million in 2016. The Seamare Farm estate borders Oprah's main residence, a 42-acre property she has named the Promised Land. The second celebrity here is Yolanda Hadid. Yolanda Hadid owns a ranch in New Hope, Pennsylvania, where she was isolated with her daughters Bella and Gigi and Zayn Malik during the coronavirus lockdown. Set on a 32-acre estate with horse stables and sprawling gardens, including a botanical garden from which Yolanda is developing her own line of gin, it certainly sounds like the perfect place to isolate. The next celebrity we'll discuss is Zayn Malik. Former One Direction star Zayn Malik owns his own farm close to Yolanda's in Pennsylvania, which he previously revealed he bought on her advice. Speaking to Billboard about his laid-back life on the farm, Zayn previously said he likes to record music there too, because it is out of the way and feels grounded. He added that he does a lot of farm work, like taking the horses out and feeding the cows and that kind of stuff. Next is Russell Crowe. Actor Russell Crowe is the owner of a 400-hectare farm in New South Wales, Australia, which was hit by the bushfires at the end of 2019. After missing the Golden Globes to fight the blazes at his home, Russell has since shared striking photos showing the damage to the farm and how it recovered after some heavy rainfall. I placed 10 weeks ago after the fire had gone through, and this morning after a big weekend of rain. He captioned the photos. Then we have Jason Gardner. The coronavirus pandemic changed everyone's lives, but especially the life of former Dancing on Ice judge Jason Gardner. He has traded show business for rural life on a farm in Portugal, and he couldn't be happier. The star has shared his new venture on social media with his loyal followers, revealing the most breathtaking scenes of the countryside. Next up, J.B. Gill. Worlds away from his pop career with JLS, J.B. Gill now lives on a farm in Kent with his wife Chloe and their 2 children, where he now presents CBeebies show Down on the Farm. J.B. previously told Hello that we live hectic lives, and we should just have peace and quiet and relax whenever we have a day off. He added that being in the countryside has been incredibly valuable for all of them, and it's a lifestyle they really appreciate. It's something they feel all children should be able to experience. Kelvin Fletcher also deserves our mention on this list. Former Emmerdale actor Kelvin Fletcher and his wife Liz Marsland bought a 120-acre farm in the Peak District in 2021 and documented their new life in a BBC show, Kelvin's Big Farming Adventure. The farm has an 18th century cottage and a vast array of animals, including sheep, pigs, and alpacas. The couple will have their hands full balancing farm and family life, as they have just welcomed twin sons. They also have a daughter Marnie, who is 5, and a son Milo, who is 3. What about Matt Baker? Matt Baker lives on a farm in Hertfordshire with his wife Nicola and their 2 children. The Country File presenter juggles his television career with working as a farmer, caring for a huge array of animals, including sheep, chicken, dogs, and donkeys. And he has previously said he loves the rural lifestyle so much he tries to be back home as quick as possible after work. Wrapping it up with an honorable mention, we have Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart owns a farm in Katona, New York. Once called Sycamore Farms, Martha's property is now known as Cantito Corners. Martha's own website reveals that she purchased the monochromatic 1925 farmhouse in 2000, and she has turned the 152-acre Westchester property into a horse farm that has both modern and historic buildings. The celebrity chef often shows off her homegrown produce on her social media feeds. That's all we have for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and we'll see you next time.